Hey everyone, Cynics here, and unfortunately, this isn't so much a fun video, but more so just something that I need to do to shed light on some of the ongoings behind the scenes of YouTube stuff. So, you might be aware of this past week, I think it's been a week ago, Sycra, his channel was hijacked and it was basically turned into a Bitcoin scam for a couple days at the start of the week. It didn't take long for it to get shut down or anything like that. But basically, someone had found a way to hijack his channel and, put up a kind of change the name to MicroStrategies Live and try to pretend to be this MicroStrategies, Bitcoin investment company. I don't know exactly what it is. But they were pretending to be that company in the hopes of maybe getting some people to click their links in the description and whatever. Now, of course, the company MicroStrategy filed not just a copyright claim, but a trademark claim against the channel. And, I guess that makes sense from their standpoint. But what doesn't really make sense in the long run is the fact that the channel was removed, and Sycra requested, of course, can I get back control of my channel? It was hijacked, not through any fault of his own. It wasn't some like, hey, I'm gonna be greedy and try to sell my channel. It wasn't even, hey, I'm trying to make money and I'm gonna click on shady affiliate links and try to fall for anything like that. It's just the regular nature of having a YouTube channel with a lot of subscribers, where you'll get a lot of people just trying to hijack it at random times. I've talked about it with him in the past, but, we get emails on a regular basis that are like, hey, password reset attempt failed and all these things, like in the middle of the night. And you're like, why are so many people just trying to hack into our accounts at all times? And obviously it's just for scams like this, but he said he's been getting those pretty constantly for the past year. And I guess they finally managed to sneak one by the old YouTube team. There's a lot of backdoor kind of ways to hijack a channel, even with two-factor authentication, which he has. And, once again, he wasn't doing anything active. This wasn't like a virus thing or anything regarding him. It was just YouTube accidentally giving control to someone else due to, spoofed phone numbers and things of that sort. And as he tried to get it back, he was basically just kind of pushed away, shoved off. They were just told that since it was a trademark claim and not a copyright claim, that any further attempts to basically regain control of the channel have been lost to him. He filed an appeal. The appeal was denied for whatever reason. I think it's all automated. But he's almost just given up on being able to get it back. And man, that's depressing on a level that's really hit me in a lot of ways. Now, we all know that, this all the work we put into YouTube, the legacy of it is temporary. Eventually, YouTube will shut down. Maybe it'll be just another stupid investment throwing all their money into, VR things and meta stuff that no one wants. Eventually, there's a high chance that YouTube will disappear in the future. It's not going to be around forever, but nonetheless, a lot of us have spent the past 2 decades putting out content, building communities, and just having a library of free education, which is why most of us got into it. Sycra started before I did, but I've been on here for 18 years, and so has he. At the early days of YouTube, obviously there was no even concept of being able to make money through YouTube. It was not like a monetization thing. For the first 5 years, it was really just, people who just wanted to connect with people, who wanted to share information. And a lot of that, YouTubers from that age, a lot of them aren't around anymore. Some of them are. A lot of them just kind of, faded away from it. But, some of us are still just going with it because we really believe in that idea. And Sycra always believed in that idea too, that free education was important. Obviously, we try to make money how we can just to pay bills and stuff. It sounds so crazy in today's mindset of how YouTube works. It took us so long to just click the button allowing monetization on our videos. I remember really stressing out about that, like into halfway into my YouTube time. It was like, I don't know, is this Do I feel like I'm taking something away from what I'm doing by making it, even just eligible to have ads in front of videos? And that felt really difficult. Obviously, still put out a lot of stuff that's not even monetized. Like this won't be monetized. If you see ads in front of it, geez, who's making money off that, I guess. Or regardless, not to get too sidetracked with that stuff. But yeah, the legacy of it, we all expect that eventually it will go away to some extent. All the videos, all the educational content that people like us have done will be lost at some point. It will be gone. But that's okay, because we understand that legacy is more about just who you can help along the way. Even just helping some artists get into art, maybe helping them get past a hurdle, whatever it might be. That's where it's worth it. The legacy is in the people you might help along the way. It doesn't have to be about the channel and the videos itself. But having said that, you don't want to lose everything you've ever done and the legacy of your channel just because some guy hijacked it trying to make a few bucks scamming people for Bitcoin. That's such a depressing thought to go away like that. He was told that if he had over 1 million subscribers, he could have a personal handler that would take care of it. But since his channel doesn't make enough revenue, since it's not big enough, and it's funny how that margin keeps going higher and higher. I remember when it was like, oh yeah, you won't get any personal feedback from stuff like this if you have less than 100,000 subscribers. Now it's if you have less than 1 million subscribers, you don't get it. Because once again, as Google chugs along and YouTube chugs along, it becomes more about how can we cut corners. And obviously they've laid off tons of people that really dealt with this type of stuff, this kind of user interactions. They keep cutting back on these people and just keep being like, well, we really can get away with just focusing on maybe people that have more and more higher revenue sources, bigger channels, and a lot of the smaller channels, will just kind of get left behind. That's terrifying because most of the channels I watch, just in my own enjoyment of YouTube stuff, I would say 90% of them, if not way higher than that, have less than 1 million subscribers. Most of them have less than 100,000 subscribers. And these are the ones I watch. And it's shocking to know that, if one of them manages to get hijacked, these people don't have any real recourse. There's not much you can do unless you're big enough to do something. Legacy doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you've been there for, 18 years since the start of YouTube. It's just kind of forgotten. Like, thank you for the help. Now get out of our way. We got other stuff to deal with. And it's just so grim and dark. And I don't want to see all that stuff be lost media because currently everything Psycher's ever done is lost media. And according to YouTube's responses to him, that's the way they plan to just let it stay. Like, that's it. He's considered taking legal actions, which is expensive. And who wants to have to go through that? So my hope is that at least shining a light and being like, hey, remember that major channel where all of us, kind of used to look at art stuff and many of my audience found out about me from? I remember that. Yeah, it's just gone now. And that's just it. That's just the way things go. I can no longer see the little interview. The first interview I ever did with another person was on his channel, wearing my little red hoodie and talking about art. All of these kind of legacy things are lost. And, it's my hope that somehow we can reach some people who might help, resolve these issues and maybe, find better protection for this stuff. Maybe there is a way to say, hey, can I make this some sort of legacy channel where we don't just get overnight, just completely change the banner, change the name, delete all the videos, and just have a live scam going? You would think there would be some protection to be like, hey, that seems a little suspicious. But no, somehow that's acceptable. It sucks. It's dark. Hopefully, this video won't be up long. Hopefully something will happen. If this video is still up in weeks from now, that'll even be more depressing. I look forward to being able to delete it so much. But yeah, that's the situation. If you don't see Psycher's channel, if you search for it, if it feels like, you're like, what happened? Why was this thing? You might have just seen that MicroStrategies live stream and been like, what is this? What channel got hijacked? You might not even know. Psycher is not an active uploader. He's kind of been taking a break to just focus on his own projects. He was saying that he kind of wanted to come back eventually once he'd done his own comic project and talk about what it was like to do that storytelling stuff and give some new insights into that process. But it would be a shame to lose all that stuff. So I'll stop rambling. I don't know, I didn't mean for this video to be so long, but I don't have a personal connection at YouTube or anything, so I don't really know how to help other than just putting this out there and being like, okay, well, hopefully shining a spotlight on these cracks can at least help them get resolved for a little while. Have a good day otherwise, good luck, do some art studies, have some fun, build some new connections, and yeah, let's try to stay optimistic despite the world getting worse and worse. But take care, and I'll see you later.